Hi everyone, you are welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are watching this video for the first time, please kindly click on the share button below and give me a thumbs up, and please kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel at XB Stitches, and on Facebook XB Stitches, and on WhatsApp you will see my WhatsApp number below the description link. Thank you guys. On today's channel we're going to be drafting a peplum dress with princess tats. And what we mean by peplum dress that you're going to have a flea underneath, and that peplum dress we're not going to cut it out. The basic thing we're going to do exactly today on this channel is how to draft a princess tats. So, and the top we are making use of this is an overlapping top, or you can call it an crossover or overlapping or wrapping dress, and that. So guys, let's come to our working piece. Now the bust I'm making use of is 34. As you can see, we are making use of 34 bust, and the waist is 30. Our full length is 15. So the bust is 34 divided by 4, we got 8.5. Our waist is 30 divided by 4, we have 7.5, and our full length is 15. Now the first thing you're going to do, just check through your fabric length. Here I have 15.5, exactly. I have 15.5. So that half, I'm just going, as you already know, our shoulder is not that straight, somehow slanted, so you're going to cut off that half, make it slant, connect it to the shoulder line and make it slant, and then chop it off. So from our back, this is our back. We want to cut any wrapping dress or overlapping dress whatsoever, just advisable for you guys to start from the back, then use the back pattern to cut out the front. So let's go. Our back now, the back I made use of 3. So let me just chop off that half inch rather. So this is the half. As you can see, this is the half. I slanted it like this, slant it like this, up to this level, or you can just chop it up like that. So the back I made use of 3, the wideness, that is the 3, and my shoulder I make use of 7. So 7, you can see this is my initially, this is where I roll off the slanted, but this is where I got my 7 for the shoulder. So my department of the back of the neck, rather, since the bag is not going to be too low, yes, just make use of 1 inch. So I just connect it down to the wideness of the neck, which I actually measure as 3. So from that half inch that I chop off, just straight slant it down to this, up to this level. So from this level now, our shoulder line I make use of 8. That's the shoulder line. I mean the armhole, that's 8. So our bust, initially my bust is 8.5. so this is actually the 8.5. This is 8.5. Yeah, this is the point of 8.5. So for my waistline, the bust point, that is the middle of the bust point is 7. So of the customer points actually is 7. So half of that 7 is going to give me 3.5. So from that 3.5, measure half inch to the right side and half inch to the left side. You can see 3.5. This is half inch, and this is another half inch. Everything is going to give you 1 inch. So from your bust point as well, just for you to have a corresponding measurement, you measure the same thing as you did for the waistline. Measure the same thing from the bust point as well. You have 3.5. so 3.5, half inch to the right and half inch to the left as well. So just to get your point. So from your waistline, connect it straight to the bust point, and the other side, which is the left hand side, connect it straight to the bust point. So For the upper one, which is exactly, as you know, this is a straight line, but this curve here actually make it a princess dart. So how do we achieve this? I told you guys that the customer I'm working with, amount is what is 8. So half of this 8 is giving me is giving me 4. So from this 4, half of it, you can see from here to here is 8. So half of that is 4. So from that 4, just curve your hand, make your hand a little bit curve, a little bit curve, a little bit curve here. So after doing this, just increase the measurement of this. You know, initially this is what we got 4 here. This is 4, this is 4, but just increase it by half inch. You can see here half inch. So my curve is not going this way, rather is going that way. Can you see that? So just make it curve like that and have another armhole shape from the increment of that half inch, another armhole shape like that, stuff like that. So then you will check your bust if you're having an accurate measurement or not. My pulse divided by 4 is 8.5, and this is my 8.5 points. So don't forget that we already took half here, half here, half here, making 1 inches. So that 1 inches we are going to add it back in order for you not to have a short measurement after the whole things. So this is my 8.5. We include that 1 inch increment. This is the 1 inch that I took. I'm going to chop this thing, I'm going to chop it off. So I have to re-add this back to my measurement to give me the accurate measurement that I'm working with. So the additional one that I'm going to take off, this is the one. So after this place now, I'm left with like 1/4 inch or thereabout. So that 1/4 inch is going to be my sewing allowance. As you already know, this is a working piece. As me, we are making use of fabrics, I still have to extend it to like 2 inches. Do you understand? But since if you are working on your fabrics, advisable at least 2 inches for your sewing allowance. But because I'm working on a working paper now, just make use of 1/4 or 1 inch thereabout. So guys, let's go to the waistline. So our waist is 30 divided by 4. We have 7.5, and this is our 7.5. And the 1 inch we took, as we took it from the waist, we are going, as we took it from the bust point, we also took it from the waistline. So 7.5 is our initial measurement for the waist. So additional of that 1 inch, this is the 1 inch here. So it's going to give us what? 8.5. So the remaining 8.5. So here, like this. $8.5 and some allowances. I took half inch here, so also here I want it to be equivalent. Let me took also half inch. So I'm going to connect it like that to the what? To the bust point. Like that to the bust point. Hope you are getting this, guys. Let me recap. This is a neckline. This working piece is for back, so your back is not going as deep as front. So this is your back. The measurement of the back, I make use of 1 inch. As you can see, I make use of 1 inch, and the wideness just 3 is okay. And the shoulder I make use of 7. As you can see, my tape rule was slanted. The tape rule was slanted, as you can see. And the reason why it is slanted is because our shoulder is not that straight. So I make use of 7. So here I'm going to have something like 4. Yes, 4 and 3, 7. So from here, the customer I'm working with is And here, if you are getting confused on how to get this, anything you are working with, maybe your bust points, just divide your bust point by 6, you will get exactly the armhole length that you're going to actually derive. But here we are working on a working piece, but I've just given you another tutorial now. So whatsoever you got in your bust points, I mean your circumference of your bust, divide it by 6, so that's exactly what you are going to have here. Yes, it's not that constant. Yes, because circumference of bust, some people 34, some people 40, the way they are busting. So guys, from that place, now I talk about our darts. This is a straight dart, but the curve here make it a princess dart. Yeah, so from the straight dart, now I told you guys to check your bust point, and our bust point is 7. I mean, the person I'm working with, the unknown person I'm working with, our bust point is 7. So 7 divided by 2, now we have our 3.5. So 3.5, take half inch to the right, half inch to the left, making 1 inch. Repeat the same thing. Take your tape rule to your bust point, pull it down, bam, pull it down like that, bam. So for the curve that makes it a princess dart, the full length of this, I think, is 8. So this 8, the half of this armhole is 4, and this is the 4 here. You can see this mark, this is the 4. So this 4, just shape it down, make it a slight curve to join the bust point, and that is your princess dart. So you just have to, in order for you not to have a short fabric at the end, just increase that armhole by ½ inch to the up, and this is the increments of the ½ inch. So I'm going to extend my curve up like this and not this anymore. So I have to reshape my armhole and not this anymore, just to shape it like that. So here my bust, circumference of my bust is 34 divided by 4, that is 8.5, and this is my 8.5. But because I'm chopping off this 1 inch, I have to add it back for me not to have a shortage of fabric by the time I take my fabric to the sewing machine, begin to sew. So this ½ inch that I already took out, I'm going to add this back to this 8.5 initially, making 9.5, and this is 9.5. So the remaining 1 inch, I mean the remaining ½ inch, just use it as my sewing allowance. I said normally if you're working on your fabric directly, please, advisable, you still have to make use of 2 inches for your seam allowance. So now let's go to our waistline. Our waist we are working with is 30 divided by 4. We have 7.5, and this is where we have 7.5. You can see this dot that we have 7.5. So, and I took ½ inch to the right, ½ inch to the left, making 1 inch. So please guys, add this back to your 7.5 and making 8 points. You can see 8.5. So the initial ½ inch that we added to the bust, just though we still have excess here, but just make it straight. So ½ inch back to the waistline for your seam allowance. But guys, please, if you are working on your fabrics, at least 2 inches as the allowance. So just connect it now. Cut. You can see this slanted shoulder is not going to be straight because our shoulder is not that straight. So to cut this dart now, just shape it up. You can see shape it up like this. I'm going to cut it off. Cut it off. You can see it. Cut it off like that. Like that. Don't forget your cutting is going toward this end, not here. I mean, it's going toward this edge and not here. So hope you can see it. So this one, cut it off, cut it off. Yeah. So you have something, wow, very beautiful. So you have something like this, like this. You can see I've already cut this 1 inch. I cut it off. So by the time you want to sew it together, that is the excess of that 1 inch that I added here. Excess of that 1 inch that I added here, because I'm going to do it like this. So in order for me not to have a short fabric, that's the reason why I added this. You can see there's a space. There's a space. There's a space here. Can see there's a space here. So by the time I'm going to join it together like this, the additional 1 inch that I added, it will serve that